Sige.
Sama-sama tayong walang notes.
Be, ang ulo mo makakalahati.
Grabe. So gentle.
Thanks.
Mas kitang-kita.
So this is still part of the midterms in histology. This is to cover the March 3 lecture because I have a class at 6 to 8, so I cannot lecture till ng 6 to 7 on March 3. So did you encounter this organ in the gloss?
Yes.
So experts naman na kayo. Right? Sa liver. At the focus naman of this lecture will be on the histology of the organ. Yan. So this is an example of an encapsulated organ. So the name of the capsule is Gleason's capsule. So you are already familiar with the lobing of the liver. You have one left lobe, one right lobe, and then you have two smaller lobes, the caudate and the quadrate lobe. Okay? And then from tissue, I guess you are already familiar with the functions of the liver. Wala mang bago dyan. Unless you have questions. Dating sa function ng liver. It is in the liver where bile is produced. Kasi yung iba, after first year, ang isipin nilang nag-produce ng bile gallbladder. Hindi po gallbladder ang gumagawa ng bile liver. Okay. Yeah. So focusing or centering on the histology of the liver. Yeah. So let us take a look at the structural organization. So here is the parenchyma of the liver. The entire thing is the parenchyma of the liver. Normal hepatocytes are arranged as plates, no? Plates of hepatocytes, no? Radiating from small, round structures that I hope you will look for in the laboratory. Okay? So in between these plates of hepatocytes, you have connective tissue. So in the connective tissue, you will find here a variety of structures, blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, bile ducts, nerves, etc. Now going back to these plates of hepatocytes, in between the plates of hepatocytes are sinusoids. So these are your sinusoids. Okay. And then if you go on higher magnification, you will find also the space of, anong pronunciation yan, children? DC. Space of DC. Uray, i-google nyo. Binugol ko na, di ba? Space of DC. Prior to that, we used to pronounce that DC. Hindi pala siya DC. DC lang, no? Space of DC. It is somewhere between the hepatocytes and the endothelium, no? So you have to be matyaga in order for you to appreciate the space of DC. Can you see that in your slides? Of course, yes. Pero pag wala kayong tiyaga at hindi nyo siya intentionally na hinahanap, hindi nyo talaga siya makikita. Okay? So you have to look for it intentionally in order for you to appreciate it. Yeah. So these are hepatocytes. Okay? That is your, anong pronunciation niya? Hindi po. Kupfer cell. Kupfer cell. Yeah. Hindi po siya Kupfer. Mukha na social, no? Mali pala. Kupfer cell. What you talking about? It's Kupfer, no? Kupfer cell. Okay? Yan yung Kupfer. So, ano po ang katumbas ng Kupfer cell? In other areas of the body, in the lungs, this is the alveolar macrophage. In your brain, no? You have one. In the brain, this is your microglial cell. In the skin, anong katumbas yan sa skin? Ha?
Longer.
Alright? Anong burger cell? Wala pong burger cell sa skin.
Longer hands.
Okay, Langerhans, no? Langerhans cell. Okay, Kupffer cell. Yan. Now, let us take a look into the concept, no? The concept of the liver lobule and how humans would interpret such lobule, no? So, you have 3 existing modules of the liver lobules, namely the classic lobule, the portal lobule, and the liver acinus. Okay, so kalimutan nyo na itong dalawa, huwag lang yung pangatlo. Okay, the liver acinus. And that is very important in the interpretation of the pattern of injury to the liver parenchyma. Yan. So let us go first into the classic lobule. Yan. So if you don't know how to imagine, you will not be able to appreciate, no, these structural organizations of the liver parenchyma. Like for example, the classic lobule. Of course, if you are not also aware where the portal triad is, where the central vein is, then you won't be able to see the architecture of the classic lobule. Okay, so the premise here of this classic lobule will be the premise of the construction will be based on the distribution of the hepatic artery, no, and the portal vein. Ayan. So you have here a central structure, no, which is the central vein, and then surrounding the central vein will be the portal triads, no, or the portal canals, or the portal area. So all of these 3 terms here are synonymous. Yeah. And then in between, you have here the hepatocytes. Yeah, okay. So that more or less, you have here a portal canal that will be bordered by the outermost hepatocytes of the classic lobule. And then at the edge of the portal canal, we will again see there another special structure which is just a space, no? The space of Moll, okay, between the connective tissue and the bordering hepatocytes. Okay? So, tinatanong din po yan sa practicals, the space of Moll. Yeah, so this is the architecture of the classic liver lobule. So look for a central vein and then mark that as your center. And then the periphery of the classic lobule should be marked by your portal triangles. Yeah. So it will produce more or less a hexagonal structure. Pero syempre, pag sinilip nyo yung slides nyo, wala pong dilaw na linya, no? Kayo po ang gagawa niyan. So, tulad ng sinabi ko, pag hindi po kayo marunong mag-imagine, hindi po ninyo ma-appreciate yung classic liver lobule. Okay, so this is a section through the parenchyma of the liver. So we are looking at the central vein, so that will be marked as the center of the classic liver lobule. And then towards the periphery should be scattered portal triads. Okay. So this will be your classic hepatic lobule. Okay? And then if you go on higher magnification, you get one portal triad. No? So you go on high power and then you look for the space of Moll. So the space of Moll is seen at the edge of the bordering hepatocytes and the edge of the connective tissue wherein you will find the components of the portal triad. No? So that is the space of Moll. The space that is numbered 4. Ito. Ito po yung space of Moll. So here are the components of your portal triad. So you have a ductule there, you have a vein there, then you have an artery there. So they are embedded in this connective tissue. So that's for the classic liver lobule. The second concept, okay, of the structural organization of the liver is the portal lobule naman. Okay? So your central structure here is this time the portal triad. Okay? So in the portal triad, since the focus here will be the exocrine, so pag exocrine, anong iniisip nyo dapat? Hindi dugo. Boil. Okay? Dapat boil ang nasa isip nyo kasi nga exocrine function ng liver. Hence, the central structure here should be at the portal triad, no? So you look for a branch of the bile duct. So make that the center, okay? The center of the portal lobule. And then at the periphery of that bile duct, you look for 3 central veins that will more or less make, when joined together, a triangular structure. Okay? So you have here a triangular structure made up of 3 central veins and 1 portal triad. Yeah. So ganyan ang itsura ng portal lobule. So the axis here will be the portal canal or the portal triad, no? Which in this case is that one, no? And then you look for adjacent. So yung pinakamalapit na 3 central vein, no? If they form a triangular structure around that portal triad, then you are looking at the portal lobule. So in this image, nasa ng portal lobule. So asan yung center dyan? So this you decide, no? Among yourselves. Which one is the central portion, and then you also decide which ones will be the central vein. So if you join together these central veins, will they form a more or less triangular structure? If so, then you are correct in assuming that that is most likely a portal lobule. Okay? The third concept is the liver acynus. No? So the liver acynus represents the functional unit, no, of the liver parenchyma. So it is candy shaped, no? So it is shaped like a candy. So you have to imagine it as a candy para maintindihan niyo yung concept, no? So you look at a short axis and a long axis, no? While you are looking at that candy. So that the short axis will be made up of two neighboring portal triads. And then the long axis will be formed by 2 neighboring central veins. So the central veins are the ones closest, no, to this short axis. Okay? So can you imagine your candy? So again, if you don't know how to imagine, I cannot help you. Okay? You help yourself. Na-imagine nyo? So imagine nyo, ha? So ganyan siya, more or less, no? So the short axis will be yung magkapit-bahay na portal triad. And then the long axis will be yung 2 central veins that are nearest this portal triads, no? So that will be your candy-shaped liver acynus. Okay? So with this candy-shaped liver acynus, ito mas mukha siyang candy dito, no? So this will be your portal triad. So that's the short axis. This is the long axis, no? Yung dalawang magkapit-bahay na central vein. Get? Hopefully. Kasi after ng exam, which is starting tomorrow, malipatan yung tumanon. So, agbasa kayo manunon. Ayan. So, if we have this can be, now you have to imagine further that you're looking at the source of blood supply. If you focus on the portal triads, tama? Yan. So, based on that, you can more or less divide the parenchyma of the liver into 3 zones, no? Based on the concept of the liver acylus. Okay? So, you have here zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3 as labeled, no? So, the liver cells in zone 1 are the ones closest to the blood supply. True ba yan? True naman. Kasi andyan yung blood supply mo, no? So, the zone 1 hepatocytes are the ones closest to the blood supply. Yes? Okay. And then, zone 3, kung yan ang closest, then naturalmente, yung zone 3 hepatocytes, sila yung pinakamalayo sa blood supply. Ito, itong mga hepatocytes dito sa area na ito. Okay, and then the intermediate zone will be designated as zone 2. Okay? Yan. So, another association, yung mga hepatocytes sa zone 3, pinakamalayo sila sa blood supply, pero sila yung pinakamalapit sa central vein. Okay? Yan. They're closest to the central vein. Okay? Yan. So, to repeat, yan. Ito yung zone 1 hepatocytes. And this will be the zone 3 hepatocytes. Farthest from the blood supply, closest to the blood supply. Intermediate zones will be your zone 2 hepatocytes. Yan. Okay? So, after you graduate from this course, you may forget, no, the classic lobule and the portal lobule, but please, please, please do not forget the concept of the liver acylus, no? Because yun nga, yung sinabi ko, this zonation is very important, no? In understanding a histopath report later on sa part nyo, para maintindihan nyo, no? When patterns of degeneration or patterns of injury or regeneration are mentioned, no? In that histopath report. Okay? So, since we know the relative position of the zone 1 cells, so they are the ones that are closest to the blood supply. Therefore, the zone 1 cells are the first to receive oxygen and nutrients and also toxins, no, from the sinusoidal blood. And they are also the first hepatocytes to show morphologic changes in case you have stasis of bile flow. Okay? Yan. Following that logic, since we know that zone 1 cells are closest to the blood supply, they are the last to die, no? If circulation to the liver is impaired. Yan. On the other hand, the zone 3 cells, okay, if the liver is damaged, no, in a way that perfusion is decreased, then the zone 3 cells will be the first ones to suffer from ischemia, no, in the form of centrilobular necrosis. So, you see this pattern of necrosis more around the central vein, no, rather than periportally. Gets niya? Gets niya? Sana. These are also the first liver cells to show fat accumulation, and they are the last to respond to toxic substances and bile stasis. No? Ang maunang magre-respond sa mga ITH will be zone 1 hepatocytes. Okay? Para pag nabasa nyo later on sa pathology, ang mga terminologies na yan, hindi na kayo ignoramus. No? Nakaka-relate na kayo somehow. What do you mean by centrilobular necrosis? So this will be talking about necrosis of the what? Of the OMG! Kumain ba kayo? Ako hindi pa. Hindi pa ako kumakain. Kayo kumain na kayo, kaya sumagot kayo ng maayos. Ano ang centrilobular necrosis? Ha? Yes, very good, no? It refers to necrosis of the zone 3 hepatocytes. Kasi nga sila yung pinakamalapit sa central vein. Yan, benga. Okay? So nakikita nyo, pag may term na centrilobular necrosis, yan. So yun ang ibig sabihin nun. This will refer to necrosis of the liver cells around the central vein. So nasa zone 3. Okay? Kasi if you take a look at this liver tissue, not all of the liver cells are damaged, right? Not all of them are damaged. So depende sa toxin, depende kung ano yung mechanism of damage, you have different patterns of injury in the liver. So as you can see here, sabi niyan, you have still viable hepatocytes. No? You have still viable hepatocytes in zone 2 and zone 1. Diba? So this is a higher magnification of centrilobular necrosis. Yeah. So here are the viable hepatocytes and here are the necrotic hepatocytes. Necrotic hepatocytes. So anong necrotic? Dead o dying?
Dying. Dead. Necrotic pa. What is this?
Dead na?
Dying.
Or dying. If you remove the stimulus leading to this, can you revert? Can you revert?
No.
Mabalik ba siya to becoming viable hepatocytes?
No.
Malalaman nyo pag second year na kayo. Okay? And so this is a review of the three concepts, no, of the structural organization of the liver, no. Much of what is being used nowadays, no, kasi nga very important siya in the interpretation of liver injury or patterns of liver injury will be the concept of the liver assignments. Okay. Andito ba si Paul? Andito si drag queen?
Sino?
Nalala ko dito. Oo, doon sa walang play, no? Kasi nga hindi natin alam kung go ba yung mga judges sa concept ng drag queen. So, ang sabi na lang is, ng isang source is, you may not change the character of the... Dito ka ba? Dito ka ba? Kasi baka na-inculcate na sa puso mo at isipan mo, utak mo yung character ng isang drag queen. So, wag mo na lang sabihin explicitly na, I'm a drag queen! Ganun. Gets? Don't say it, no? Don't mention it explicitly that you're a drag queen. Because that might tick off one of the judges or one or more of the judges. Hindi kasi natin alam ang utak nila. No? And that might affect kasi the scores. Baka mabawasan tayo. Pag hindi sila komportable sa drag queen. So, yun lang. Bago ko makalimutan. Okay. Yan. Next, so let us review in the parenchyma of the liver, as we mentioned earlier, not only are we looking at hepatocytes, no, we are also looking at an organ that is highly vascular. Okay, so you have there a lot of blood vessels, no, going to and from the sinusoids, no, and in the portal canals. Okay. Eventually, the blood, no, that will be draining into the central vein will be going into the IVC to guys, into the inferior vena cava, no? Via the hepatic vein. Mas madali siya pag nakikita niyo itong structure, itong image na to, itong illustration na to. So you have the flow of blood, no, coming into and going out of the liver, no, in this illustration. So anong blood supply ng liver?
Portal vein
Yeah, so
hepatic
you know that
artery.
better than me, no? You have the hepatic artery and the hepatic portal. Okay? Is there something that you are not aware of in this slide? Wala? So how about here? So this is just to show you the flow of blood, no, or circulation into the liver. So by at this point, are we clear which one is a sinusoid and which one is a hepatic plate? Problemahin nyo na sa midterms, no? But you have to understand sinusoids, no? Because you can't get away from the concept of the sinusoid when you are talking of the histology of the liver. So they are the structures in between the hepatocytes, no? Yeah. So from your lecture on your capillaries, di ba? Saan nyo nakita ang sinusoids, no? It is an example of the capillary, no? Your sinusoidal capillary or sinusoid. Yan. So guys, blood vessel po itong mga to, no? Itong sinusoids na to. They are capillaries. Yan. So they are capillaries lined by a discontinuous endothelium. So how do you distinguish them from the normal, no, endothelial lining? So these sinusoids, they have large fenestrae. No, they have large fenestrae without diaphragms. Okay? And then in the liver, closely related to the endothelial lining of these hepatic sinusoids will be the Kupffer cells, no, or the sinusoidal macrophage. Okay, so being a macrophage, the Kupffer cell is actually a part of the MPS, no, or the mononuclear phagocytic system. So just like many other resident macrophages in the body, the Kupffer cell is also derived from the monocyte. Saan ang monocyte, guys? Nasaan tong monocyte mo? Ha? Sinong hindi medtech dito? Yes. What's your pre-med? Do you know where the monocyte normally is? No? Yes. No, still you. Yes. Where do you think? Can you see the monocyte? Ha? Sino yung nagsalita? Medtech ka? Ano ka? Ha? Kapalin mo. Siyempre, nagsay pa rin yun. Dapat di ka sumagot. It's a blood cell, okay? Sir. It's a blood cell. No, you see it in blood along with the lymphocytes and the neutrophils. Yeah. So when it gets pulled out, hey, sir, you said, if it gets pulled out from the blood and if it gets recruited somewhere, like for example in the liver, yeah, it becomes a Kupffer cell. Gets nyo? Siyempre lahat kayo, gets nyo na, no? Mga medtech nurses kayo, di ba? Pharmacist. Tama? Understand? Meron mo ba ibang kapag-gagalingan yung monocyte? People? Meron pa ba? O medtech. Sino medtech dyan? Expert ng mga medtech dyan eh. Saan pa pwedeng manggaling ang monocyte? Ha? Saan pa ito pwede manggaling? Di ba isang taon ka naghima? Normal, abnormal. Alam niyo yan. Okay? Yeah. So, the Cooper cell would have the following descriptions. No, now, since it is a macrophage, but it is also found lining, no, somewhat sinusoid, no, in the liver, then it is normal sometimes to find ingested cellular fragments, no, ingested RBC fragments, no, just like your alveolar macrophage, which would normally contain ingested carbon pigment, no, so normal lang din yun, no, for the Cooper cell. And actually, you can make that as a clue, no, to find the cell more easily. No? So you look for a cell there, lining the sinusoid that would contain a colored substance, no, or a cell fragment. So that will make looking for the Cooper cell easy. This will be your Cooper cell. So, syempre, you cannot appreciate kasi these cells if you do not understand, no, the architecture, no, how the cells are, placed, arranged, no, in the liver parenchyma. Yeah. So, another picture, no, so you have here hepatocytes, you have here the sinusoid, and then you have here your Cooper cells. Okay? Next, let us describe further your space of BC. So the space of BC is the site of exchange of materials between the blood and the hepatocytes. So where do you normally see this? Between your hepatocytes and your endothelial cells. Between your hepatocytes and your endothelial cells. Now, if you're looking at this as your structural basis, the space of BC is seen in between the endothelial cell and the basal surface of the hepatocyte. No? So that is the location of the space of BC. Now on electron microscopy, so you can appreciate microvilli projecting into this space of BC. So the microvilli actually belong to the hepatocyte. Okay? So what other things can you find in the liver? You have your ETO cells, no? Or the hepatic stellate cells. So ETO cells or hepatic stellate cells. You find these cells in the perisinusoidal space. Okay? So they are said to be of mesenchymal origin. So what is the function of your ETO cell? Yeah. Sabi, it is the primary storage site for VIT-A. No? VIT-A. Okay, so VIT-A, inside the ETO cells, they are seen in the form of lipid droplets. Okay? Lipid droplets. So they look like, pag busog na busog ang ETO cell ng VIT-A, it will look like a cell undergoing balloon degeneration, no? Okay? So that's the normal function. However, in certain situations, like for example, you have hepatitis, no? You have hepatitis. Your ETO cell can differentiate into another cell type. Okay? Your myofibroblasts. No? And you know that myofibroblasts are capable of producing collagen. Now, the role of collagen in liver injury is in the production of fibrous bands. No? This is the one responsible in producing fibrosis. Okay? Like, for example, in cirrhosis. Okay? Yeah. Now, If the injury were reversible, then the ethos cell or the hepatic stellate cell will play an important role in extracellular matrix remodeling. No? So it will help the liver recover normally. Okay? Para hindi siya magmukhang deceased. Okay? If the injury is minor, no, or reversible. Okay? But if the injury is sufficient, then the ethos cell will be programmed, no, to produce collagen. Okay? So this is an electron micrograph of the liver showing you your certain structures in the liver. So we are looking here at your hepatocytes in this area. Okay? And then this will be the space of DC. Space of DC between the hepatocyte and then the sinusoid, no? The sinusoid. Okay? And then you have here the ethos cell. The ethos cell, sabi, is seen in the perisinusoidal space. Okay? Perisinusoidal space. So, as you can see, so ito yung nucleus ng ethos cell. The cytoplasm of the ethos cell is filled with lipid droplets. So, inside these lipid droplets will be the stored V3. Okay? So, that's on under the electron microscope. Now, under the light microscope, yan, ganito ang itsura ng busog-lusog na ethos cell. And so you have here the cytoplasm distended with lipid droplets. Ito yung nucleus ni ethos cell. That's the cytoplasm filled with lipid droplets. No? So inside the lipid droplets will be the VA. Yan. Yan. Tsaka, yan. Okay? So here are your plates of hepatocytes. Here are the sinusoids. Yeah. So, you master the architecture para kahit balik-balik rin kayo sa practicals, alam nyo ang sinasagot nyo. Okay. What cell is this? This one. Ito. Sorry. Ito. Final na. Yan. What cell is that? Very good. Kupfer cell po yan. No? Kupfer cell. Yan. Another Kupfer cell. Yan. Kupfer cell. Okay? Yan. So, as to the flow of lymph, no? Inside the liver, ito po yung flow ng lymph. Okay? So, it starts in the perisinusoidal space, and then it will go into the space of Moll, and then into the larger caliber lymphatic vessels, and eventually to go into the thoracic duct. Okay, so if you go back into the portal triad, yan, hanapin nyo rin kung nasaan dyan ang lymphatic vessel. No? Aside from the three primary components, namely the portal vein, the hepatic artery, and the bile duct. No? You also see nerve structures here as well as lymphatic vessels. Okay. Next, let us describe the cells, no? The other cells, no? In the liver tissue, beginning with the hepatocytes. Okay, hepatocytes. So they are the primary cells making up the parenchyma of the liver. So they are very easily identified because of their large size. They have a large size and their nuclei. So the nucleus of a normal hepatocyte is round in shape. Okay, and then normally, if you're looking at an adult liver, it's normal for liver cells to have two nuclei. Okay, two nuclei. And then you also see prominent nucleoli. Okay? So these are examples of labile cells, no? They are labile cells. Yan. So here, well, we're looking at hepatocytes, so many of which would contain two nuclei. Yan. Binucleated hepatocytes. Anong structure to?
Sinusoidal space.
Central vein. It's a central vein. Okay. So the cytoplasm of the liver cell is normally pink, no? So it is pink in color. Okay. So that is so far as how we can appreciate, no, what is inside the liver cell under the light microscope. So any other organelle that can be emphasized, no, or if you want to highlight a particular cellular content, no, like glycogen, then other staining methods are applicable. Like for example, your Golgi complexes, no, can be viewed much better if you use a specific staining for Golgi apparatus. Yan, immunohistochemistry for mitochondria and down the line, no. For glycogen deposits as well as lipofuscin pigment, you can apply your periodic acid shift. Kasi sometimes your lipofuscin on HNE can be mistaken for bilirubin, no? Or hemosiderin. Yan. Kasi magkakamukha po yan. Of course, for the lipid droplets, it's best to apply a fat stain like Sudan stain, no? To highlight your lipid droplets, no? Or toluene blue. Okay. Next, let us enumerate the important organelles inside the liver cell. So the first will be the peroxisomes. Okay, so peroxisomes, you can appreciate them to their detail under the light microscope. No? So they are identified here in this electron micrograph. They are, yeah, these ones. These are your peroxisomes. You already know the function. Ganun din ang function niya sa liver. Kung ano yung function niya sa ibang cells, no? Ganun din. Okay, so we know this as an organelle that will contain a lot of enzymes, no? So it contains a lot of enzymes. So another important organelle in the liver is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So again, identified in this light micrograph. So this is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this would be the cisternate of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum compared with the rough endoplasmic reticulum. No? And then the mitochondrion here. Okay. So in liver injury, this is an important organelle, no, that gets to be activated. No, it gets activated in certain forms of liver injury. Yeah. So we use the term induced. No, induced. We have induction of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So when you say induction, it gets activated, no, by certain drugs and toxins and metabolic stimulants. So when you see that the SER is induced or it is activated in liver injury, it means to say that it undergoes hypertrophy. So ang ibig sabihin ng hypertrophy, lumalaki po siya. No? The smooth endoplasmic reticulum will undergo hypertrophy to contain such drugs or such toxins. Okay. So yung mga mahilig uminom ng alak dyan, or mahilig mag-take din ng Tylenol, konting sakit ng ulo. Super induced po ang SER ng mga liver cells. Okay? Yan. Another important organelle in the liver will be the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, so you know that organelle by virtue of is as the transpace yan, di ba? Ito sila. This is how you view the Golgi apparatus on electron microscopy. Okay? Yan. So in the liver naman, the business of the Golgi complexes will be more on keeping a bile secretion at in moderation, no? In moderation. So normal, no? Normal secretion of the bile. You also have lysosomes. So you also have lysosomes inside the liver. So that's how they look like under the electron microscope. So this is, so para may reference kayo pang yung size. So you have your surrounding mitochondria and your Golgi complex. Okay? So your lysosomes. So these lysosomes in the liver, they will also be induced in a way, no, or stimulated. So when the lysosomes are induced, but we don't call it induction, no? When they are affected, no? When they respond to certain injuries in the liver, they do so by increasing in number. Okay, they increase in number. The lysosomes. Okay. So with this image here, what can you identify? Which organelles can you identify?
Golgi apparatus. Peroxisome.
Ano to? What's this? Ano to? What's that? Think again. Ano to?
Endoplasmic reticulum.
Ha? Violet, ano to?
Endoplasmic reticulum.
And then this?
Golgi. Peroxisome.
Dito yung itsura ng lysosomes, no?
So close.
Using that stain. Okay? So do you have questions? None. Then we stop here. We continue after the exam. No? Thank you for listening.